Guys, just adjusting the lighting in my stream here. It's just a little too dark in the studio, so we're gonna turn some lights on so you can see. Oh, it's scary. Boom, there I am. All right, so I can hear. All right, so I'm gonna wait for a couple more people. I left and came back, or wanted to come back around 1 o'clock. Just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Matt. I'm the owner and photographer of Image Photography, and we are right now broadcasting live on YouTube, Twitch, and our Facebook page. I've been doing photography now in the Chattanooga area for going on 18 years, and love every minute of it. Got to meet a lot of great families and see a lot of families start, and it's just been an awesome roller coaster of fun. I love photography. I've been doing it pretty much my whole life, and just wanted to show you guys some behind the scenes stuff, for those that are aspiring to be a professional photographer, or wanting to see what actually goes into an image here with me. So today I've got a couple images that we're going to look at and examine and just rip apart. If you want to comment on the stream, you can comment on Facebook and comment on Twitch. I do have a multi-stream comment thing here, but I don't know how effective it really is. So I will keep those up, and I will try to answer any questions that you might have. And like I said, this is for everyone, whether you're just beginning as a photographer, if you do it as a hobby or a side thing, it's for everybody. So today we'll be working in Photoshop, and I've got, like I said, I've got about 4 or 5 images that we're going to be working with. I'm going to go ahead and load those in there before we pull that up there, okay? These are from a senior session that I did recently, and I just think they're really gorgeous images, and it has some fundamentals that we're able to learn from. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so we're just gonna wait. We'll probably end up officially starting in like 3 minutes. Just want to give some people time to log on and have some fun with us. So if you have any questions about Lightroom, Photoshop, camera operation, anything, I will definitely try to answer to the best of my ability, and hopefully we get the right answer on that one. So let's see here. Almost ready. I'll start the shit up. I wanted to put an amazing collection here of images that, or of Photoshop brushes and tools and all that kind of stuff. It's the thing that I saw this person's particular style and the product she was putting off, and I really enjoyed the Greater Than Gatsby collection. Love it. It's amazing. If that's something that you guys are wanting to do to bring your images to the next level, this is the place to go to. So I wanted to put that website on before we started, and it's Greater Than Gatsby. They have a huge sale going on right now. It's save up to 85% on all bundles. I literally have every action from this particular collection. It just in any way, any genre, any kind of, whether you're doing high-key fashion or you're doing portraiture, whatever you're doing, there's an action for it. And it really saves time in the production process. We shoot roughly around 400 sessions a year. So when you're editing pictures as deeply as I do, and you're doing that, this helps out so much with workflow and stuff like that. So I highly recommend Greater Than Gatsby. We are the unofficial sponsor of the Greater Than Gatsby collection, because they are really worth every single penny that you invest in them. Okay, so that is Greater Than Gatsby. I'm gonna keep that right there. That is actually their website. So, all right, I think we're ready to rock. So we're gonna switch over to the to Photoshop. All right. So this is the very first scene. Let me know if it's too small, if you guys can't see the stuff that we're doing and all that. So this is Photoshop. This is my go-to for image enhancing. Now, I always tell my students when we have our little classes and such, Photoshop is an image enhancing program, while Lightroom is an image editing program. So I don't do any of my my exposure corrections, highlights, contrast, blacks or whites. I don't do any of that in Lightroom at all. I do it all here in Photoshop. Or I'm sorry, I don't do any of that in Photoshop, but I do it all in Lightroom. Now, when I remove blemishes and soften skin and do my color effects and all that kind of stuff, I do that all right here in Photoshop. So this is what we're going to start with. This is a picture that we took downtown Chattanooga with Brooke. Shout out to Brooke for being an amazing senior model. Just fantastic. She had a lot of style, a lot of pizzazz. We got to do some really great shots. You're going to see a couple of them here. But this is one of the very first shots that we took in downtown Chattanooga, right next to, what was that, not McKenzie Stadium. What's the name of the stadium?
What is it?
The stadium. What's the name of it? I'm drawing a blank.
Huh?
The football stadium down there.
Where?
I'm drawing downtown Chattanooga. I'm drawing. Finley, yes. We were right next door to Finley Stadium. I saw a wall that had some character behind it, so we stopped there. And it had this, they're getting ready to put, I believe this or not, they're getting ready to put telephone poles down there. And I saw the part of the wall that had a telephone pole in front of it. And I was like, oh yes, because anytime we can get separation and posture like this, I call this the Captain Morgan, but we do it because it just creates a lot more feeling in the picture. Okay. All right, so starting this picture out, I look for eyesores. Okay, and right now there are two of them that I do not like in this picture. Okay, there's one right here on the right side of the picture, and then there's one over here on the left side of the picture, this little brick piece, and then even underneath her leg where you can see that little square object right there, even that one kind of bugs me a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my healing brush. Okay. And I'm just going to go right over this right here. You got to make sure the healing brush doesn't go too crazy on you, because if it does, you're better off doing your stamp tool. Okay. So basically, see how I made that wall flat, not really like, it doesn't look like there's brick there at all. So I'll go back in and fix that with my stamp tool. My clone stamp, that's the little stamp on the side here. You'll see it light up as it goes. I'll try to figure out how to get my mouse rolling with that. But I'll set it to about 30% opacity. Sorry. And I'm going to click this right here. I'm going to select part of the other brick, and I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to re-add that texture back in from all the other bricks. See how that texture comes back in? And you're not really, it doesn't really take away from the whole feel of the image. So we added that texture back in. All right. The red little piece that's missing right over here, ordinarily if there was more of them, I would keep that, but there's not. So we're going to go ahead and take that out of the way. All right. The same thing. We want to make sure that the bricks still flow, so we don't want it to be all crazy. So just add a little more texture, like Bob Ross. It's a happy brick. It's just a happy. All right, and then finally the square thing down here. I personally am going to remove that. Either way, it's still a great picture. You don't have to get so crazy. I just have OCD and it's driving me crazy. So we're going to go right over here. I'm going to select to the right of it and make sure that the lighting is consistent with what should be there with the brick. As you can see, it's a little darker right here, and it kind of fades in the light. So luckily, this is falling into the darker section. So we're going to take the stamp tool, we're going to select it at 100%, and I'm going to just erase it on down, just make it disappear just like that. All right, I'm just going to paint it away. Very good, just like that. Okay. All right, so that now you can see the difference as far as where your eyes are going. Okay. So basically, at the beginning, you have little things that keep you away from, focusing on the subject. You got, of course, the umbrella is going to have to get out, or the softbox is going to have to get out. But the little red brick and then the little box on the bottom, they have to leave too. So that's how we do that. All right. Now I'm going to zoom in. Of course, all high schoolers, you got to watch out for the skin. Okay. So she's glistening just a little bit of sparkles there. But you got to watch out, because I know that this was a cold winter's day, so that's not sweat, that's actually glitter, that's your makeup. So we're going to leave that there. All right. And we're going to go into the actions that I was telling you about earlier, okay? Greater than Gatsby actions, they're fantastic. I take no credit on any of these actions. Like I said before, greater than Gatsby, they are fantastic. I tell them I'm the unofficial sponsor for them because I can't sing their praises enough. But we're going to go into the greater than Gatsby collection, okay? And we're going to go to the retouch necessities, all right? Now in the retouch necessities, I'm going to go over here to natural skin smoother, okay? And we're going to just hit, easy as clicking play. All right, and it's going to create a layer. All right, so it's created a bunch of files right here that have everything that you need to do to make the skin better, and then it's created a layer mask. All right, so you want to take your brush, so you're going to click your brush over here, right there, and you're going to zoom in all the way to the picture, and you're going to go to about, I usually start about 40% opacity. All right, so we're going to go 40% brush, and we're just going to kind of go over her skin a little bit, kind of smooth it out. You lucked out. She had great skin, so she's good. But sometimes you have, to heal to use the healing brush and take away different pimples and stuff like that. So, but she really had great skin. All right. So I do that first, okay. Then I go to a different one, okay. I go to the Hello Flawless Skin Smoother. So I actually stack them on top of each other because I want to keep it realistic without looking like a blur monster or something of that nature. All right. So we're gonna let that run its course, and that's a longer action. All right. So we're gonna go right here to the Hello Flawless Skin Smoother, and we're gonna run that at about 40% too, just to see what it looks like. There we go. You also want a really soft brush. You don't want a hard brush at all with that one, because you'll definitely tell. There you go, nice and smooth. All right there. Don't forget the neck. Anytime flesh around the head, is available. I don't really worry about the hands as much, but like right around this area, we want to make sure that it's nice and smooth for it. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So now what we're going to do is one of their newer collections. They have the great. It's in their Painterly collection, and it's called Leonardo. I'll put it in my face for it. It's in Matt's face for it. All right. So it's called Leonardo Foundation, and I'm going to show you what this does. Now it does it extremely well. So the first thing I'm going to do is select my layers. And I know every photographer out there is going to go, no, but I merge my layers, okay? And then because I'm going to this one, and this actually won't work unless it merges for some reason. So, all right, so we're going to the Leonardo Foundation, and this is perfect for this particular picture because I don't really want to do a lot to it. I just want it to be high key and vibrant. So I'm going to click play on that one, and you're going to see this turn into, see how I'll just jot that color up a little higher. All right, now I want the color of it. I don't really want a vignette, but I want the color of it to pop and for it to be her as the center and not so much of the background. I feel like every picture we take, some people take pictures and it's more of the background than the actual subject. So I want to kind of focus into the subject. So I'm going to go over here to one of my little homemade things here, one of my little things that I collect, what I've like mixed up with some of the Greater Gatsby stuff and created a thing called Big Matt's Shadow Drawing. So that's what we're going to do next. Oh man, look at that. For our first error, I didn't merge the layer. That's what I need to do. We're going to step back here. There you go. Alright, so we're going to go right back to here. We're going to drop the foundation down. My computer's like, please stop. There we go. Now we can do that one. Sorry about that. Alright, so as you can see, that's not the way we want the picture to be, so I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to switch it to the black. And we're going to do about a 30% probably on this one. And I'm actually going to start from the way up top. I'm going to start erasing away the black just a little bit, but also to leave some, okay? Because we want to leave some of that darker stuff and focus on the subject. Perfect. Awesome. All right, and for me, that is a finished product. So we're going to go back to the history so you guys can see the difference. All right, so before, kind of bland, and then after, popping and vibrant. Okay, so that's the first picture. All right, I want to start with a different one here because this picture, yes, I love this picture. All right, so this one was actually taken in a street in downtown Chattanooga. We were dodging cars like a monster. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fix the horizon a little bit, which I should have in Lightroom, but I didn't. So fix that horizon right there. And I don't like how close the dress is because I really want to accent the dress, so I'm going to bring that down. Just like that. I'm just going to leave a little thing right there. And what to do with that one is take your lasso tool and just circle that and hit Shift Delete. And that's going to bring up your content aware. Click OK. And that's what it'll do. It will fill that particular area. You know, I still like to go back in and see how that is like different. I'll go back in and do like a 40 or 60, probably 60% for that one, and kind of like blend it. That way there's no like sharp lines, you know, that cause, grab some of that stuff. Alright, so first thing we do, just like before, is eyesores. Alright, so just to get some people chatting, what eyesore do you see on this picture? It's something that's going to stick out, you're like, wait a second, maybe that shouldn't be there. Anybody at all that's watching by chance? Just comment, we'll see it. I'm going to check the Twitch to see if you make comment. Anybody see any eyesores that we need to remove? I'll give you a hint. Okay, I'll go and say it. It's the people walking in the background. Okay, so, with the mask on, looking at the people, looking at her like, what's going on here? All right, so there's stamp tool in the way, mainly because if I clone, I don't know if the clone stamp will work on that one. It's a little bit sketchy sometimes. I'll try it just to show you guys what I'm talking about. There we go. Let's see. I didn't do half bad. I didn't do half bad. So we can actually build off that. So we're going to go back to the stamp tool since it took most of it away. And we're going to go right here. We're just going to get rid of the shadow. About 80% right here. So just get rid of the shadow. Just a happy shadow. I love Bob Ross, man. He's like the man. All right, so from that, now we can go creative. Now this one we're going to go a little bit deeper into. Okay, we are going to go to the face, of course, make sure everything looks good. Everything looks good on the face. We're going to do the skin softening. You good? Oh, okay.
This is the one that takes stuff to the storage?
Yes, the Christmas stuff. And Shay will get that for you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Sorry, we're in the middle of a studio redesign right now, so it's getting kind of crazy over here. Let's see, carving. We're going to go to Retouch Necessities. And we're going to go to the Natural Skin Smoother first. Get that natural look, and then we'll go back and get the model look, okay? So here we go. And remember, these are all greater than Gatsby. I don't take any credit for these actions. These are greater than Gatsby actions. I absolutely love them. I could do them the normal way, but man, that would take forever for this stream, and I only have an hour. So we're going to use those collections because They help workflow so much, especially if you're taking a lot of pictures. They are phenomenal. All right, so we're going to go ahead and soften the skin. Love her expression on here. She did a really great job modeling. She knew exactly what I was looking for. All right, so we soften the skin. I'm gonna look back, and I honestly think for what I'm gonna do with this picture, you don't have to do I won't have to do the Hella Flawless Skin Smoother. So we're gonna go with that. All right, so now this is what I like about this particular set of this particular collection. We can do whatever we want to, but I'm gonna work strictly out of without the collection and show you how you can do this effect, or how you can do this effect with the just with Photoshop itself. All right. Here we go. So we're gonna go to Photoshop. We're gonna duplicate this layer. All right, to give you a layer copy. Okay, and we're gonna name this copy. We're gonna name this copy Palette Knife. Okay. So then we're gonna go up to the filters over here, and we're gonna go to Filter Gallery. I have no idea what that's about. Filter. Oh, I know what that's about. Let's see, we're gonna look for the brush strokes. I believe they're in the brush strokes. They might not be. Let's see. Oh no, they're not. Okay, they're right in the artistic one. Okay. All right, so that's going to turn that layer into a palette knife painting. All right, so we got that, and we're going to click OK. So that's going to put the layer on top of the original picture. Okay, so see the difference? See, that's not going to work, right? So what I do with that one is I just wanted that particular effect for the outer areas. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to do a layer mask, and then we're going to take a brush, and we're going to go 80% of opacity. Sorry, ignore the brush going out. Alright, and we're going to put it set it to black, unmask it, or mask it, I mean. So we're just going to take that and get our hair back. Okay. And as we go down, we're going to drop the opacity, okay? So right now, let's just switch to a 40. So we dropped it like 50% right there. Okay, and I might go, just to blend it, I might go up just a little bit more and kind of like blend it down and shade it. And now we're going to drop to a 50. Okay. Very good. All right, so now if you look really close, you've got her face.
No.
I go right one more time right there. We got her face that is actually the portrait, and then the rest of her the painting. Okay. We're going to make another duplicate layer. We're going to put it over that first one. Okay. Actually, all right. So we're going to put it over that first one, and we're going to do stroke.
It is now, Chrissy. Just don't exit.
And that kind of gives it a little bit more depth. Is what we're going to do. So, or not a little bit more of the artsy feeling. All right. So we're going to go filter and filter gallery. We're going to go to, let's try the angel strokes. I think I haven't done that one in a while. Let's do that one. We'll do angel strokes. All right, hit OK. Sorry, I'm not checking the chats and stuff. I probably need to. Oh, hey Julie. All right, so we got that. And see that effect that it gives is like that, like kind of like stroked of a brush, So we're going to mask the face off once again, and we're going to use another 80%. And the 80% is mainly for the hair. That's the main thing we want the 80% for, okay? Because the hair, another filter is gonna cover the hair for us. The face, I want completely off, so I can do 100% on the face. And then the rest of the body, I'll probably do like a 50%, because we want to keep the stroke there, even though the palette knife is there, to give it more of a realistic thing of being painted, okay? All right, so now that we have that, before we do the final section on that, you can get these anywhere, but I collected a lot of Photoshop brushes that I like to use in my artwork. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new layer. And what I want to do is I want to extend the dress. All right, so I want to make it look more dramatic, more artsy. I don't even know if I probably didn't type that right there. All right, so I don't know if that's spelled right. Please forgive me if it's not. All right, so I'm going to actually select the brush that I want to use. And you'll see all my brushes pop up, I think. I'm not sure. No, you won't. You won't see it. I got to fix all that, I think. All right. So I have a brush called, it's a smoke effect. It's really, really cool. Just gonna pull it up here real quick. I'm going to select a color in her dress, which you select by option, and I'll give you your little dropper, and you're going to click what part of the dress you want to colorize. And I want more of a deeper red. So what I'm going to do is it'll create kind of a smoky feeling on the bottom, all right? And then as we come into this time, that's when it's going to get a little bit heavier, okay? And I know that this part of the dress has some darker ones, so you want to select some of the color from the darker ones and kind of make it, go around. And don't worry about the lines with this so much, because we're going to have another effect over it that's going to cover that, okay? So we got that. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I might add a little bit of black, just a little bit of black smoke to the sides. So we're going to do like a 30%, just to give it that more light feeling that this is the dark side of the subject, okay? And this is just act like the smoke's actually there. So we're just blending that. See how that it looks more realistic because it's following the light, okay? So we've got that. All right, now I'm going to go up to my filter gallery, and we're going to go to stylize and oil paint. All right, but before we're going to go right here, and once again, Holo Photographer screen. I'm going to merge my layers down. Now I could probably use a group, but for this one, I'm just kind of, we only have an hour. So, all right, so filter, stylize, and oil painting. I'll make my adjustments in the oil painting. And the more and more I learn the program that we're using to stream, the more and more I'll be able to show you on the more and more I'll be able to show you on or what I'm doing on the other windows. It's just this program's a little tricky. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so made a huge mistake, but easily fixed. I actually drew on top of the original file. That's why you don't merge layers, right, guys? But it was a simple Command Z. We're back to the normal. I made a copy of the layer, which I'm going to name oil paint. action right here. Just go to filter, and you're gonna go to stylize, and you're gonna go to oil paint. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna run that real quick. Okay, so now all that right there all blends into a nice oil painting. You can see the detail now. Awesome. All right, so once again with the face, I'm not going to take as much off this time. I'm going to select my soft round brush, okay? And I'm not going to take as much off. I'm going to go like about, I'll probably go about 60 or 70. I won't go to the full 100 on this one. And I really won't touch the hair at all, because I really want the hair to be part of the painting, you know, be part of the masquerade here. Just adding the full detail back in, like certain pieces like the eyes. All right, and I'm gonna do 30% on the rest of the skin, just so it doesn't blend in with everything, you know. Because we want it to be a painting, but it's also a portrait, so we want the effect, not the craziness. All right, so we've got that. Now I have a collection, and once again, once I get the system where I need it to be, you know, this is our first live stream. So once I get the system to where I need it to be, you'll be able to see all of that. But I've got a collection of what I like to call texture overlays. I mean, it's not like I like to call them; that's what they're called. That I've collected over the years, and we're gonna put one in here and see what we can create. So I'm gonna drop that on top of here. You're probably thinking, what in the world? Alright, so that hue is a little bit crazy for this picture. So I'm going to go to my colors, and I'm going to hit Command H, and that is your hue and saturation. And we're going to adjust it just a little bit because I want it to be more of a red and to match your dress. There we go. Alright, and we're going to do it. We'll start with a soft light and see what it does. That's cute. Alright, I'm going to drop the opacity down to probably 50% right there. There we go. And we're going to mask it at about 30%. Perfect. Very good. All right. And we're going to, let me try the group thing, I guess. No, I like merging. I'm sorry. Let's just wait. All right. So we got that. Everything looks really cool right here. We got a little texture around the edges there. So now I'm going to work on the final color, and basically what I like to do is I'm going to warm it up and I'm going to blue it back down. But it'll still keep the warmth, and it'll also create a little texture on it's like a matte texture on it. It's really cool. All right, so we're going to go Conway, and we're going to pull that out. This is, once again, this is a Greater Than Gatsby. This is in the Carving Tree collection, which is single-handedly my favorite collection, not just because it's the one I started with, but it's just got so many great colors that match my style. So we're going to go Conway, and we're going to hit play, and it gives it that deep night blue kind of thing going. And then we're going to go over here to my favorite overlay, which is Sparrow. If you do get the collection and you use Sparrow, it's going to lighten it up, but it's also going to create an orange tinge, okay? Make sure to drop that joker down. Otherwise, you're going to have a whole bunch of people looking like Oompa Loompas. There you go, right there. And then last but not least, I do it with every picture I have. We're going to go to Big Mac Shadow Drawing, which is right here. Alright, we're going to go brush at 30%, and we're just going to paint away the things we don't want to be hidden. Not necessarily hidden, but not attention drawn with. But paint that away. You can start seeing the portrait just come together. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Paint the light on the side of it. Very good. picture. And I'm going to post this one, so we're going to go ahead and do my signature. And what we're going to show how to make your own brushes too. I've got a brush that I use for my signature. So all I have to do is brush it and boom. Oh, that's exciting. And boom. So the brush just pops right on there. Alright, and so we'll call that a picture. Excellent. Alright, let's see what else we got here. I love that picture, but we might save those for another time. Wanted to have a quick question and answer for those that have been listening or have been there, so. Alright. So if you have any questions about Greater Than Gatsby or anything of that nature, now's the time. I have to end the stream in like 5 or 6 minutes. So if you have a question, hit me up. Alright, no questions? If you have any questions, I have time for one more. Alright. Let's do another then. Hopefully this will get picked up enough to where I can actually give some of the Greater Than Gatsby stuff away. That'd be awesome. On a side note, if you're in the Chattanooga area and we're looking for a couple models still. We just bought some really cute newborn boy stuff. So if you have a newborn boy, contact us. We will waive your session fee to try out this cute little chair I have. I've got such a great idea for that one. Can't wait to share that with you guys. But anyway, so let's do another one here. We're going to just do one more kind of like a basic portrait kind of thing. All right. And once again, the brushes and stuff, I promise you I'll get that figured out to why it's not showing what we're actually doing, okay? All right, so we got this picture here, and right now, because I wanted the depth of field, I wanted the branches to be blurred on the side there. I just wanted her eyes, it kind of like silhouettes her eyes. So I really want to show her eyes. So right now, I'm okay with, I don't see any eyesores in this. I know you're probably like, branches, oh, but I don't see any eyesores with this at all. So I'm actually going to go through and we're going to go to the retouch necessities, and her skin looks really smooth right there. So I'm going to just skip right to Hello Flawless Skin Smoother, and we're going to play that action. That one's takes a little longer, but great action. So it does a lot. All right, so it's ready to rock. I'm going to go back to my regular brush, and we're going to go right here with a white brush at about 50%. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I don't get anything I don't want to. And we're going to go on eyes here, the nose. The iPad Pro is really great for drawing and such. I just learned on the mouse, so if you have like the iPad Pro and the pencil, get Adobe. It's a lot of fun. You can get Adobe Draw, or you can actually do the cloud. I've actually done the cloud to where I've been working on a picture here and went home and edited it with the pen. And it turned out really good. I'm just used to the mouse, I guess. Hey, Aaliyah, what's up? Go do your schoolwork, girl. What's wrong with you? Aaliyah just joined, and she is a senior. And she's actually the daughter of our esteemed office manager, Chrissy. And she's a senior at Red Bank High School. And I have been completely slacking on Aaliyah's senior pictures, but I want it to be perfect. So for her, I get nervous when I photograph, for family and friends. It scares me. Right. you see the splotchiness right there? That's actually because of the light. You can actually make that disappear by putting a little more fill light on there on her. And I will try to figure out how to go live for like a photography aspect of it. I might take y'all in the studio eventually. I don't know. Sky's the limit, right? So. So she has a burn mark there. So we're gonna remove any scars. Okay. Alright, so we go right there. I'm going to zoom into her eyes, okay? Now this is where I love the Gatsby collection even more. Now I use a different action for their eyes. Now, the Retouch Necessity does have an eye enhancer, that sort of thing. But the Newborn Essentials, I already put them up to Matt's Fade, has the greatest ones. I just think it affects the eyes so much more. So we're going to go Brighten, it's called Brighten Baby Browns. And we're going to play that action. And we're going to take our brush. And once again, these are not my actions. They are by Greater Than Gatsby. I'll show the website here again here in a second. But we're going to take the brush. I'm going to go right down the eye right here. I know it's really, really bright right now, and we'll fix that later. All right. And then I'm going to do the Darken and Sharpen Lashes. I'm going to play that one too. And we're going to go right around the edge of that. Okay. It's like I'm going to use like a 30% opacity. I don't know why I keep saying opacity. I'm right around the edge of that eye. Okay. Same thing on this side. Okay. Then I'm going to go right down. She did a really great job of lining her eyes, so there's not a lot that needs to be done. But normally I go right down here. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to take the Dodge tool, which is on the left-hand side. It's right underneath the burn tool. Okay. And I'm going to take the little light catches in her eyes. And I'm going to highlight them a little bit more. I already do that real quick. Alright, so now we're going to pull back and you're going to see that they're way overdone. You cannot overdo your eyes. But the reason I do this is because I can go back here and I want to adjust the opacity. Very good. Yep. Alright, and we're going to adjust it down so you can go low, you can go really high. But I go right about here. Oh, this, right there. And then of course the darks around her eyes. We don't want to go like where you can't see it, but just a little bit like that. Perfect. All right. So we got that. Merge that down. That's all done. All right. And now we're going to go to our colors. All right. So this one, it's outside, so I love using I'm not really looking for a dark one. I'm looking for a bright and airy one. So we're going to do the Leonardo foundation again. Perfect. A little too bright for my taste, but we're gonna drop that down just a little bit. A little too vibrant, I should say, not necessarily bright. And we're going to merge those real quick. All right, and now I'm gonna go to London Bridge, which is also a newborn color in the Newborn Essentials pack, or Newborn Essentials pack by Greater Than Gatsby. I'm gonna hit play, but you'll see the little bluish tint it gives to it. It's very springish to me. So we're going to try and make it look like that. We're going to also give it a little warmth with the Sparrow. Very good. Kind of make it, even though it was freezing cold that day, we're going to make it look like it's not. So give her a little color in her skin with the Sparrow. Alright, and then last but not least, yep, you guessed it, Matt's shadow drawing. Love this action. We're going to brush 40%. Switch to a black brush and we're going to paint her first. And now we're going to kind of create somewhat of a vignette. Alright, so now when I create that vignette, I want to take a look at my levels. And I'm going to put this level down just a little bit. Right there. There you go. Perfect. Alright, so I go back to history. try this one. Do this one. Alrighty then, guys. If you want to see us do this one, just go ahead and log on, or make sure to set up for the notifications of the live stream, notifications for YouTube. If you're on Twitch, sign up for that. You'll get notifications when we go live. I will edit this one next time, along with some newborns, hopefully, right? And maybe a smash cake or two. So, thank you guys for logging on. We appreciate it. We're going to do this more often, or I'm going to do this more often. I enjoy it. And we do have a class going on tomorrow starting at 9. There are still, I think, like 5 or 6 spots open. We're going to talk about camera operation, and you guys are going to come in, and we're going to show you how to, photograph on a budget, basically with light, little tricks that you can use around the house to create a really cool, like some iPhoneography if you wanted to. But we're going to go through the settings for a SLR with in regards to shutter speed, f-stop, aperture, ISO, all that good stuff. But tune in, follow us. We appreciate you guys tuning